Assalamu alaikum and hello again. We have now to solve March 2022. It's paper 3. We will work on the task 4, spreadsheets. Now you are going to create a spreadsheet to display data about lakes of Great Rift Valley in Africa. Some of these lakes can be found in more than one country. Open the file lake and we have to work on it. We have to save it as a spreadsheet and we will name it country underscore JO014 and my candidate number. This is lake, as you know, save as, and here in our working area, and it is Excel workbook JO014. Now we have delete row 1, delete the columns A, B, D, E, F, and G. So we will delete this row like this, and A, B, D, E, F, G. So we will keep just only C. After this, click on save and back to the work. Yes, remove all duplicates from your spreadsheet. Now removing duplicates like this. You just click on the column and you go to data, remove duplicates, and okay, 25 duplicates are removed and you will keep just only 10 value. After this, place on the left header the text created by a colon, space your name, your center number, candidate number. Okay, so here insert in the header, or from here, this is the left side of the header, my name, and my candidate number. Place on the right in the header automated file name without the file path. So here the right side, and this is the file name without the file path. This is with file path. We don't want it, so just only the file name. And as you see, and between a squared brackets file. So sort the data into ascending order. Now here we just back to the normal view. This is my data. We can here in data just click on sort A to Z. It is sorted from A to Z, but I prefer to use sort by column A to Z. If they want us to make another level of sorting, you just click on add level. Okay. Now set your spreadsheet to display grid lines, row and column headings when printed. Save your spreadsheet, take a screenshot to show the print preview of your spreadsheet and make sure that header is fully visible, grid lines, and so on. Okay, let's do here from file in the print page setup. We have here in the sheet grid lines, row and like this. This is my print preview. Now using a snap, new, and like this, you can just add to your evidence. This is to add for your evidence. This is my header, and this is the grid lines and row and column heading. Okay, now back to my evidence. You just paste in the evidence. Now in question 20, open and examine the files M22 grid CSV and M22 lake. These files will be used but not edited, so we will not make any change on these two files. Be aware of this. Create and format a new spreadsheet so that it looks like this. We have to make a new spreadsheet like this. First of all, we have to open another time lake. Now, this is lake and country. I will close country, and this is grid. Now we have to make a new file, new blank workbook, and let's find out. They say make sure the cells from B1 to G1 are merged, C3 to G3 are merged. Okay, so from B1 to G1 merged, C3 to G3 merged. We have to make it smaller. Now we write here lake finder by country. It is as requested in Arial, black, white, bold, enlarge. Okay, smaller, and also 4. Now B3, we write country, and here we write Ethiopia. Done, left aligned. Let's do borders just to check what is going on here. Black, white, bold. Now we just write in in row 5. Area. Now, after this, 2 until 10. Now you write 2, 3, then you just drag until 10. Now this I don't want, so I will delete. Okay. Then save your spreadsheet as the name finder, followed by your center number in your working area, Excel workbook, then J on 015. Okay. Then place a formula in B6 that can be replicated down to B14. The formula must look up the code for each lake using country stored in the C3 and the external grid for the array. Make sure that within each formula, if there's no lake code, no error message or data is displayed in the cell. Now, you may use the content of column A to help you. Replicate your formula from the cells B6 to B14, then hide column A. Okay. Now, here in Finder, they said we can use this. Now, we will find out how. To find the codes, we can use it from here as Ethiopia, and this is the code of its lakes for Zambia, for Kenya, and so on. Now, if you see that Ethiopia and Kenya just only have the full codes as 10. Other than that, we have here just only 2, 3, 4, which means I have to take care about the non-available codes. Okay, now I will do here equal VLOOKUP Ethiopia from grid here, because I will look for the country here and the code on its right. So I have to work from the second column until the last one. Then it will be now which column? It will be 2. So I will use the column A here, not to write 2. I will click on A6, which contains 2, to get the first click, and false. Now, before we finish the work, we have to be careful that C3 should be absolute reference, because this Ethiopia, I will make a reference to it until we are in B14. So it will be constant. The country will be constant for all the codes. So I have to make it absolute. I should click on F4. Now, just like this. Okay. Now, because we have just the 10 complete codes for Ethiopia, we don't have any problem. But if we replace Ethiopia by Tanzania, I want to check my work. Tanzania. Now I have just only 3 codes, and the missing codes here are replaced by 0. Those. And we are told that in the instructions we can't replace it by 0. I need to make it space or empty. So here I will use the if statement. If the VLOOKUP equals 0, then give me space. Just write space, blank. Else you have to answer by the VLOOKUP. So if the result of the VLOOKUP equals 0, replace it by space. If not, just put the value of the VLOOKUP. Now, no change on L5, L9, L15 because we have an answer. But here, The other codes now are replaced by 0. If I back to Ethiopia, okay, all are done because we don't have any 0 answer, so we are doing good. So we did the VLOOKUP. I have done C3 in absolute reference, and we have asked in a condition if the answer is 0, replace it by empty and the VLOOKUP. Now, like this question, as you see, it is 15 marks, which means I am, as a student in the exam time, I have like 20 to 25 minutes to answer this question, and it will take time, but it is easy to recognize how it is solved. Now, in question 22, place formula in cells C6 to G14 to look up the name, area, elevation, depth, and type of water using the lake code in B for the value of the external file M22 lake for the array. Make sure that within each formula, if there is no lake code, no error message or data is displayed in each cell. Let's find out. Now, to get the name of this code, this is the code here, the name, country, area, elevation, depth, and water. So it is just only, we are talking about some of VLOOKUP. It will be repeated work, but we are replacing each time the column or the index column by the number of that reference. Okay, now equals VLOOKUP, here the code, and I will use lake, here the area, and 2, then false. Okay. Now, this is, as you see, we have all the lakes. Now let's back to Tanzania, because we have some codes here are empty, and we have here the error message. How to solve the error message issue? Here the if statement, the usual one or the regular one, will not work because we are not checking a value. We need to check the error. So it will be if error. If error, if we have an error in this function, replace it by the double quotation as blank. We can't use F here, and also in column B, we can't use the if error because there is an answer which is 0, which is not error. It is not accepted, but not error. Here in A, it is not a value, it is an error. So because of this, in C, we use F error, but in B, we use the F. Now, just replicate, we don't have any error. Like this, I can do what? I can take B6 now. It will be constant for this row, right? The B7 will be constant for this, and so on. Let's do it as F6 is as B6, it will be constant. Now, B6 will be constant, absolute reference. I will take it like this. Then I will replace 2, 3, Here 3 by 4, 5 and 6. Now that was for B6. Now I want it for B7, just like this. I need the B7 constant, and I will take it and so on. Until we finish all the rows. And now the last one, this is also absolute reference. Now we just replicate here. Now 4, 5, 6, and 7. By this, we have finished all our work. We have also to hide column A, which was informed in the last question. Like this, we have each code with its data. If we just use Tanzania, we have nothing, no error messages, and we back now to Ethiopia. It's done. So place your name, center number, candidate number in the left header here. Again, back to normal view and print your spreadsheet showing formula, landscape, row dollar display, the contents except column A are fully visible. Okay, so now back to the normal. In formula, show formulas, all are fully visible like this. It did not mention to show in single page. Now, if we back to the question paper, it's not talking about any single page. So don't limit yourself to a single page, but to the instructions, page layout, landscape. Then, like this, we have in the print preview, page setup, the row and column heading. It is not asking about the grid lines, so I will not do it. Column A is hidden, so now it's okay, and it is 4 pages. I will not panic if I have the 4 pages, but I have to be sure that column A is hidden, so I can just print. After we print, we back to question 25. Now we have to work on Kenya, so back in formulas to hide formula and back to fully visible with no extra space. Now here is Kenya, and also it is full, so you can just also print for Kenya, print out single page. Now you have to limit yourself, the contents from B1 to G14 fully visible, row and column headings are not displayed. page setup here are not displayed, and it is portrait from the B1 to G14. So here back B1 for G14, yes, this is my active sheet, and also we can select it by set print area. In print preview, it is here. You can just print, it is one single sheet. So now back, C3 we write Tanzania, and also we need to print Tanzania. We need to print just only the values B1. So we have finished. Now Burundi. The same instructions. So we are done. See you in next exam.